Hello guys, so today we are here to solve our daily lead code challenge, and today's daily lead code challenge is maximum matching of players with trainers. So though this problem is a medium category problem, but if you carefully look at the problem, you'll realize that this is basically you know a greedy algorithm where we have to get the maximum matching. Okay, so there is an array of players. This is called players, and then there is this array of trainers, and this array is also called as trainers. This is both of these are given to us as an input. Okay, and the constraint is that we need to train each player. Okay, but the constraint is that we should be training the player in such a way that the player capability should be, you know it should be less than or equal to the trainer's capability. So trainer's capability, you know should be more than or equal to the player's capability, and only those players can be assigned the trainers, and we have to return the maximum number of matching between matching which follows this constraint which we just mentioned, that the player's capability should be less than or equal to the trainer's training capacity. Okay, so we have to return this maximum number of matchings. So how can we do this? So this matching and all, it may look like we are going for graph based, but it's not like that. It's pretty easy. You don't need to use graph explicitly over here. The you can convert everything to graph, that is there, but even then I would say that you don't need to use graph here. So what do we need to do here? See, here we have some sample test cases. This is 479 and this is 8258. So the training capacity of player first is 4, and this is the trainer's capacity. So 8, the first trainer can obviously train this player. Second trainer cannot train any of these players. This trainer can train the first player, and this trainer can train these two. So only 2 of these players can be trained. Okay, and there is no other way that we can train any of the other players. So how are we going to solve this? So since this is we have to match this, so why don't we sort the players with their capacity? So if we sort the players with their capacity, then the minimum value will be at the front. Okay, and the capacities will be gradually increasing. Okay, and then we can match it with the trainer's capacity, but we need to sort the trainer's capacity as well. So if you sort the trainer's capacity, so it will be like this. Okay, so these two capacities have been sorted. Now what is the length of this players? So let's say P is the length of the players dot length, T is the trainers dot length. Okay, P is players dot length, T is trainers dot length, and let's see the count of maximum player also we initialize with 0. Okay, and then let's initialize two two counter indexes, int I is equal to 0, I is equal to 0, j is also equal to 0. So I will be since there are two arrays, we'll be traversing the two arrays with these two counter indexes. Now our logic is, while I is less than P and j is less than T, okay, because trainer's length is there. Okay, now what we will do, that we will keep on incrementing the trainer's capacity. Okay, so we will keep on increment the trainer's capacity. So the trainer's capacity is traversed by this j counter, and what we will do, that we will put this if. Okay, if In this, if we will check if the player's capacity, if the player's capacity, player's I is less than player's I is less than trainers, so it should be less than or equal to, so we have to put this equal to sign also. If it is less than or equal to, then in that case we'll increment the count of the player and the ith count as well. Okay, and otherwise in both the cases, whether this player's capacity is less than equal to or if it is greater than equal to, in both the both the cases we'll be incrementing this j, because this is outside this block. So anyway this j is getting incremented, but this I is getting incremented only when player's ith player's capacity is less than equal to the trainer's capacity, and we'll be returning this count value. Okay, so let's just submit this. Perfect. Perfect. So this is one way to solve this problem. Obviously there are much better ways, but you know others are employing some some tricks. We can also do that, but the generic way of doing the things, this is the best generic way to solve this problem, and that's why I am restricting myself to this. With this, I'm thanking you. Thanks a lot. Happy coding. Best wishes.